Hello and welcome. We air the Real Estate Voice Show every Saturday. So if you can't listen to the show, it is available on my website, barbhasthebuyers.com, and all the podcasts out there. It's also aired on YouTube. And every week, the Real Estate Voice covers some great information about one of the largest assets that people have. So what we're going to be talking about today, the first segment, we're going to cover the Colorado Springs area real estate trends for the rest of 2022. And then the next one is a very important one if you're selling your home, how to be the best home in the neighborhood. And then the third one is how to avoid the biggest agent selection mistakes. And the very last one is the top 5 seller mistakes that can cause a house not to sell. And then, of course, I always love highlighting my hot new listings that are on the market. So just so you know, this market has shifted so quickly. Just a few months ago, even as recent as May, it was a red hot market. There were bidding wars. There were lots of offers going on. But as everybody knows, the Fed pretty much doubled the interest rates from around 3%. Now they're hovering around 6%. We may face another increase in interest rates. And so it definitely affected the buying power of real estate buyers. And so what happened in those few months was the available of homes on the market went from maybe 550 homes across 3 counties. It just exploded to over 2,500 homes on the market across 3 counties. And all of a sudden, homes weren't selling with bidding wars. There was just a lot of changes that took place overnight. So just so you know what's happening in the market right now, just this week, I looked at the current active properties on the market. Currently, there are 2,471 available properties. That's single family homes, townhomes, condos, the whole thing. Single family homes, about 2,200. So actually the inventory is a little bit less than it was a week ago, and that's okay. There is some seasonality with the number of available homes on the market. From January to June, it looks kind of like, or I'm sorry, January to December, it looks kind of like a bell curve. So in January, the inventory is low, then it kind of peaks out through the summer and drops off through the winter. We do sell homes year round. So if you're thinking of selling in one of the other seasons behind the summer, besides the summer, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. But I will tell you that just in the past week or two, 16% of the available homes were actually sold. That's kind of an indication of the current market. And about 16 to 17% of the homes on the market got a pending contract. Another indicator that kind of gives you an indication of where the market is heading in the future is the number of home sellers that are decreasing their price. Actually, 24% in just 1 week lowered their price. That is what we call a leading indicator. So why is that happening? There are always price reductions going on. However, some of the price reductions are normal. As an example, in any market, some sellers decide to put their house on the market and shoot for the moon. If it doesn't work, then they make a price adjustment. But what happened in the past few months is that we went from this crazy bidding war market where we could definitely prove with historical sales that a home similar to yours was worth that much. However, when we put it on the market right now, it's not selling at that price. Why is that? It's because basically there is a lower supply of available buyers that can afford homes in that price range. That's really the reason. So what we saw just in the past month is that 27.4% of the properties, basically a decrease in the number of sales by almost 28% as compared to a year ago. Now, to me, a year ago was a very odd year. It was very unusual to see the inventory drop down into triple digits. It was very unusual to see bidding wars on almost every home. And a lot of that had to do with affordability. We also saw in the past couple of months a huge, massive surge of available homes on the market. Not that more homes were coming on the market, it's just that fewer homes were selling. That's the key. And then the other thing that recently changed is many home sellers are getting over asking price. And now that's not the case. All of a sudden, we're seeing offers on our listings that are coming in less than asking price. We're seeing buyers make offers and ask for the seller to pay their loan closing costs. I've been doing this since the mid to late 1990s. And that was a common request for buyers really all the way up until 2018. Then it stopped through the beginning of 2022. And now all of a sudden, buyers are asking these sellers to pay their loan closing cost. It's basically typically about a 2% concession. If it's a median price, so they might ask for maybe $5,000 or $7,000 of their loan closing costs to be paid by the seller. And if there's no other offers on the table and the numbers work for the seller, maybe they'll accept that. It's better than not having the sale. But if you look back, I look back from to 2012, where we were just coming off the mortgage meltdown. I look back to 2015, where we're starting to kind of, the market's kind of heating up. It was absolutely on fire in 2021. In 2022, it's not bad. And this graph that we're looking at right now is the average days on market for the average days on market that it took for a home to sell from the time it went on the market to the time it got a contract of the homes that are getting contracts. So not every single home is going to sell. A lot of people think that. But if you're overpriced, or if you have bad marketing, or if you're not in good condition, it may not sell. So these stats actually represent the homes that we're selling. So in 2012, coming off the mortgage meltdown, it took 110 days to get a contract. In 2015, it took 100 days. In 2019, the average days were 45 days. 2021, it was 7. And now it's back up to 18 days. So to me, it's still a seller's market. And so in a seller's market, that means that there is fewer supply of homes than there are buyers. But it depends on there's a big it depends in that factor. It depends on condition, price, updating, the competition at the time. And that's part of what we do when we meet with home sellers and we talk to them about what to do and what not to do to get their house ready for sale. We also go over all the similar sales, give them a really good idea what their home will sell for in this market and how much they'll put in their pocket when it sells, regardless of the market conditions. And we have great pricing strategies to help them get that number right, so they get top dollar within the first 30 days, because that is key. You want to be priced right in the first 30 days to get the most amount of money. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about more about the real estate market. So one of the things that people thinking of making a move right now should consider is that when you put your house on the market, you want to be prepared. You cannot expect that buyers are going to pay top dollar for your home if you have things like deferred maintenance, as an example. I know a lot of people think, well, if I paint my house, then can I add that to the price? Maybe, if your competition doesn't look like that, maybe. But at the end of the day, most buyers want what we call move-in ready. They want a house that's ready to go. We call it move in, drop their stuff, and get on with their lives. The buyers don't want to have to do any work on the home unless it's priced. Excuse me. The buyers don't want to do any work on the home unless the home is priced way below market value and they have the resources to actually update the home. So we have seen kind of the quickest shift I have seen in the real estate business for as long as I've been in business. If I look back to some of the times when we thought the market would have shifted very quickly, it was right after 9/11. There was kind of a pause in the market after 9/11, but it kind of went back to normal. And then also the mortgage meltdown wasn't even a quick shift in the market, in this market. And just so you know, I go to conferences all the time. I share with colleagues that are real estate professionals all across the country. And we share what's going on with our markets because it's really interesting. So some markets like the East and West Coast really shift super fast. We're kind of slow. We're sort of slow and steady in our shifting, only because we have a very stable market. We have a lot of military here. We've got the 5 military bases. We've got people that have very stable income overall. So we don't see radical changes when there's a sudden shift. Even during the meltdown, I talked to colleagues that were talking about how quickly their prices changed back then, but that didn't happen here in the Colorado Springs area. What happened here is it kind of went flat for about a year, and then all of a sudden the prices went down. But what we've seen in the past 2 months is something I had never seen before. We went from a bidding more crazy market to, oh, whoa, hold on just a second. A lot more inventory is going on the market because homes are not selling. And the one thing that's really weird to me is that a lot of the buyers and the buyers agents making offers thought that it was such a quick flip in the market that they could go in for the kill, you know, like sharks with blood in the water. They're going after really making these lowball crazy offers, which, you know, the home sellers are not really keen on jumping all in with those. That most of them say, hey, I'll just keep it and rent it out. I'll make more money. So most people factor affordability of the home into their decision about buying homes. So what buyers are looking at is what's available. What can I buy in my price range? And what it costs. What are my house payments? So if you look at going back in history again, 2012, there was an 11-month supply of homes. 2021, there was a quarter month or 1 week supply of homes. And here we are in 2022, where the market has shifted a little bit. We've got about a 2-month supply of homes. So that's not bad. It's still a really good, more of a seller's market. And here's the thing. If you're thinking of selling, this is a great time to sell, but you have to have 3 things in order. I call them the 3 Ps: preparation, pricing, and promotion. So preparation deals with making improvements to get those key rooms right: curb appeal, flooring, freshen up the paint, kitchens, baths, and clean, clean, clean. The second P is pricing it right, and we help our clients do that. Overpricing a home will always net a home seller less money. Long days on market are not your friend, okay? Especially if you go beyond the 30 days on the market. Now, right now, buyers are more forgiving, seeing homes sit on the market a little bit longer than they had before, but don't be surprised if you get lowball offers because of that. That's why we help people price it right, because if you price it right out of the gate, you're definitely going to get the highest price. And then, of course, the third P, promotion, that must be top notch. If you hire a real estate agent that gives you weak or bad pictures, you know, uses their smartphone to take photos, doesn't really promote your home so you get top dollar, guess what's going to happen? The buyers are going to eliminate homes based on the online presentation. Bad marketing really stands out, and we can help you deal with all these things like clutter, cleaning, making the pictures look great. That's what we specialize, because we want you to make the most amount of money, and we can help you do that. All you have to do is give us a call. We've got a free report we're offering. It's called the 10 Questions You Must Ask When You Hire a Real Estate Agent. You can get that report at barbhasthebuyers.com or give us a call anytime, 719-301-3900.